Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Sunday, November 23rd, and Full Gear went down last night. Full Gear 2025 back at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. And you're asking yourself, well, what just happened? Let's dive into it. We had 4 matches on the pre-show. We had the $200,000 Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, which was won by the Gunn Club, Bang Bang Gang. Then we had Big Boom, AJ, and QT Marshall defeating Roppongi Vice. Eddie Kingston and Hook defeated the Workhorsemen, and the trios titles of representing CMLL started in the show, went into the main show. This is the second time we've done this in a row. But Skye team retained, defeating the Don Callis family as Takeshita and Okada could not stay on the same page. Our opening contest of the main card was Pac versus Darby Allin. And before we even just dive further into the show, I went last night, me and a couple friends and my buddy's son. It was his first show. It was another friend's first show. And once again, I don't have a problem with 9 matches on the main card. I have an issue with the length of matches, as the main event didn't start until around 11, almost midnight actually. And we left right after the Mercedes Statlander match. This was a great show, a fun show, but some of these matches didn't need to go the length that they did. So we're starting with Darby and Pac, and this match went 17 minutes. It didn't need to go 17 minutes. This could have been a really good 10-minute opener, a 10-minute banger, where Pac essentially dominated this matchup, and Darby did everything in his power to win, and he came close as he locked in the Scorpion Deathlock. Pac went for a Black Arrow. Pac tried locking in the Brutalizer, which he got, but Pac stuck to the plan, got Yuta to run interference, and got a bat, knocked out Darby 1, 2, 3, and the plan worked. This match went 17 minutes. It didn't need to go 17 minutes. 10 minutes would have been perfect for this. This was a really, really fun match. Reminded you of the early 1970s, and it picked up, and then the beginning of it was really, really slow, but Pac wins. Our second match was the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team match with the semifinal participants of the Women's Tag Team Tournament. The winner gets to pick the stipulation for their tag team match, and this was good. It was fine. It was just a way to get more women on the card, because we couldn't have a card with just one women's match. But it was fun. Everybody got time to shine, even though I feel like Skye and Julia probably did the least amount here. But Willow got time to shine. Harley played the face and peril for much of the match, but ultimately Toni, Storm, and Mina Shirakawa won. And remember, they will be facing Megan, Bayne, and Marina Shafir in the second round of the tournament, whereas the team of Willow and Harley will be taking on Julia and Skye Blue. So it was a really solid match. Everyone really looked good here. I see why this match was on the card. It went the good amount of time. Note, my buddy loves Willow Nightingale. He can't have her. She's with me. That's my love. That's my baby. Then we had the tag team title match with Brodito defending against FTR, and I believe I picked FTR to win this match, and they did. This was a really, really good tag team match. You went 21 minutes. I probably could have won at least 18. You could shave some time off. This was more so about Bandito being resilient, Bandito being able to fight back and climb out of the trenches. Brody King looked good here. There were some slow time spots here, but ultimately FTR were able to win, hitting the big rig on or the Shadow Machine, or however you want to call it, on Bandito, as there was a spot where they were trying to use the belts and Brody accidentally pulled away, allowing FTR to hit Bandito with it. But we have new AEW World Tag Team Champions. So the Cinderella run of Brodito is over. I think with the belts off of them, so I think Brody and Bandito will probably both be in the Continental Classic, which is cool. FTR is a great tag team. I'm looking forward to their next feuds here, maybe with the face Young Bucks, because that's going to be great. Then we have the Casino Gauntlet to crown the first ever AEW National Champion. Started out with the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby and Shelton. And as more people kind of, what's his name? Ricochet was third. Then most of the rest of the Death Riders were in the match. Claudio, Garcia, Yuta, Roderick Strong ended up in the match. Both members of Jet Speed ended up in the match. Daddy Magic was there to finish, continue the storyline with Dan Garcia. And there was a lot of good story beats here. The dominance of the Death Riders. Ricochet and the Gates of Agony taking out the Hurt Syndicate. Mark Davis being a man among men. Just beef. And we had a nice little fatal four-way of all that beef. It was Mark Davis, Claudio, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin. Everyone looked great here. Ricochet got his ass beat the entire match, but ultimately Orange Cassidy was in the match as well. I gotta forget about OC. Ultimately, Ricochet won the match, hitting the Spirit Gun, I believe, on Kevin Knight. But that was really, really solid. This was a fun, fine match, and I thought Ricochet was the perfect choice to be the inaugural champion. It was really, really good. Ricochet has been just amazing success coming to AEW. And some may not like the concept of the casino gauntlet, but it's good. Then we had Kyle O'Reilly, Jon Moxley, no holds barred. And the story here is, does Kyle O'Reilly have Jon Moxley's number? And ladies and gentlemen, the answer is yes. This was bloody. This was brutal. And the weapon of choice for this match was a fork, and they were forking each other hard. Wow. Ultimately, Kyle O'Reilly got to the dub, making Jon Moxley tap. Kyle might have a broken arm. We will find out. But once again, Mox taps to the ankle lock. We have built up Kyle O'Reilly tremendously. And what's next? After the match, Mox attacked O'Reilly as the medics were checking on him. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, where are we going? Is Mox done as the leader of the Death Riders? After the match in the back, the promo he cut, the rest of the team did not look happy. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait for the story that we tell here. Dynamite is going to be very interesting Wednesday. We followed the no holds barred matchup with the no DQ match as Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship. This match went 25 minutes. Listen, I love Mark. I love Kyle. This match did not need to go 25 minutes. 15, maybe 18, tighten it up. But Kyle Fletcher was going for the record of 9 successful defenses in a single reign as TNT champion. He and Mark broke out all the stops, tables, and barbed wire, and thumbtacks, and the screwdriver made his appearance again. And it ultimately looked like Kyle had this match won by Mark Briscoe. He powered through. He delivered a razor's edge to Kyle through a table, followed up with the J Driller. 1, 2, 3. Mark Briscoe is your new TNT champion. I don't think we needed to have back-to-back matches with all this violence and blood. Definitely could split this up. I thought you could this could have opened the show. Actually, this could have opened the show. You could have spaced it out, but it was really, really fun. It was really good. We'll see what's next for not only Kyle Fletcher, but for Mark Briscoe. Then we had the $1 million tag team match with the Young Bucks teaming up with Josh Alexander to take on the Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. And this was good. Again, 20 minutes. It didn't need to be 20 minutes. But the ultimate story here was, will the Bucks not only take the money and win, but will they also end up joining the Don Callis family? He has been making a push for them. Okada has been making a push for them. This was good. This was fun. Again, a little long in the tooth, but ultimately, the Bucks and Josh Alexander won the match, which was very, very shocking to me. So they get the money, and as Callis is leading the Bucks to the back, the rest of the family comes out and beats up on Kenny, and the Bucks are kind of conflicted. They set out what they set out to do, and They got the money, they got the W, but their former friend is in the ring getting beat down, and they go up and save him. They fight the family. The Bucks and Kenny hug, and is the elite back? Let's find out. I'm looking forward to the follow-up. Then we had my favorite match of the evening, because these two women, once again, have amazing chemistry. Chris Statlander defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Mercedes Moné. And the story, we know the story. Let me spell it out for you. Mercedes Moné can't win the big one. She can win every other championship. That is why she is 13 belts Moné. She can hold all the gold, but for some reason she cannot win the AEW Women's World Championship. So will she do it here? And it started out a little slow, and yes, this was the second to last match on the card, and we were beat, ladies and gentlemen. The true highlight of the match: Mercedes hit 14 consecutive vertical suplexes on Stat. 13 for the belt she's currently holding, the 14th for the future women's championship she's going to win, which the fans absolutely love. The crowd was a little different this match because, again, it was long. It was a long show. This was really good. They have really good chemistry, a lot of counters, back and forth. Stat were her strength, and Mercedes played on the injury that Stat had during the match. Stat went for a 450 splash early and hurt her arm, but ultimately she got the Saturday Night Fever. 1, 2, 3, retained the championship. This match went 23 minutes. This is the second longest match on the card. They went a little over 20 minutes last year, but this was fantastic. Mercedes is doing great work, and she became frustrated during the match because she could not put Statlander away. But this was really, really good. This was really, really fun. We were backstage with the family, and Alicia had two asked him what was up, and Kyle was like, look, we got the Continental Classic coming up. We're $1 million richer. Well, we'll deal with the Bucks. Then we had our main event, Hangman Adam Page defending the AEW World Championship against Samoa Joe in a steel cage match. This started 4 minutes into midnight, and early on Joe just ended up bleeding. Now, for those of you that don't know about steel cage matches in AEW, you can only win by pinfall or submission. There is no escape the cage at all. So Joe's bleeding early, but he is putting up a fight. Hangman's doing what Hangman does, and he's just knocking it out of the park. We're about 11 minutes into the match. Shibata comes out to distract the ref. Eddie Kingston comes out to stop Shibata, pulls him down, and they're fighting to the ref. The ref gets knocked out. Hangman hits a dead eye, but there's no ref. Hobbs comes out, breaks the lock, and rips the door off, and that allows Hangman to hit a buckshot lariat, which was really, really good. Hook is in the ring to help Hangman and hits Hangman with the belt. Joe hits a muscle buster. 1, 2, 3. Hook, before that, took off his jacket, revealed he's back with the ops. And shockingly, ladies and gentlemen, Samoa Joe is your new AEW Men's World Champion. Did not see that coming. I think I predicted almost every single match correctly. Did not see Joe winning. And I like that. I like that the guys at the top of the card, it feels like they can win the championship at any point, which is absolutely great. The Hook deception really didn't work, but Joe being champion again works. Then the lights go out, and making his return is none other than Swerve Strickland. A little bit bigger. We see on the screen that there's a house burning down. Prince Nana comes out. Swerve's got a new thing. Swerve is back. Joe's got the dojo with him, right? And he parts to see let Swerve come through. Swerve stands up. You know what I mean? He's in the ring. Takes out the entire dojo. The ops run. They bail. Hangman takes out a couple of the dojo, and he and Swerve, we end the show with Swerve and Hangman, two mortal enemies turned reluctant accomplices, friends, side by side. So will Hangman get a rematch, or are we pivoting to Swerve versus Joe? I don't know, but this was a great return. We expected some more returns, like a lot of us expected MJF, but you can't put those expectations out there in the world. I was kind of hoping for Keith Lee to be in the Casino Gauntlet. But this was a fine show. I'm going to give it, only because it ran so long, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Sometimes these shows don't need to be this long. I'm fine with non-matches. We just got to tweak the timing on some things and maybe switch the match order. But this was a good show. Full Gear, one of AEW's original Big Four. Absolutely fantastic show. Fun. Some surprises. Some things that are very obvious. It was very, very good. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. Did you enjoy the show? Went down. We got a new world champion. The Stat retains. Got a new TNT champion, new tag team champion, new national champion. It's a good show. But look on the screen what we got coming up for the rest of the month. I'm going to knock out some more videos for y'all. You know, you can check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course, the 215 on Twitter. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.